Clear Shots is brought to you by Pinecast. Use the code R-63F8FB to get 40% off your first 4 months.
Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot!
So I think it's crazy that nobody's said anything about the LaShawn McCoy thing since it first came out, a week ago?
Right, yeah.
Well, I was reading about how they think that it wasn't people that LaShawn McCoy hired to break into the house, because apparently that was the initial report. Apparently, the woman's son left the house, but instead of leaving out of the front door, he left out of his bedroom window. And he was wearing all black and had a backpack on. What? And then like 25 minutes later, a person that's the same size of her son, wearing the same exact black clothes, carrying the same backpack, with 4 other people showed up and broke in. And I don't remember, did they rob the place or did they just trash it?
I'm not sure. I think.
And she wasn't harmed. She wasn't harmed at all, and she also didn't call the cops.
What struck me about that whole tweet that the person initially put out was that they were like, we kept quiet about the beating the dog and the daughter or the son or like all these other things. It's like, first of all, why did you fucking keep quiet about all that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
now when this random bitch gets beat up, now is when you're fucking drawing the line?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should have tweeted earlier, son.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, like, he was one of the only people that actually, like, right after the shit happened, came out and, like, said something against it. Because most people don't.
They wait.
Like, they just don't say anything. Like, I don't think Hardwick said anything about his shit. When they get called out on Twitter, it's like, they just let it happen. I don't know if they have an advisor that tells them not to say anything.
Gotta be. Until they get lawyer up.
But LaShawn was just like, nope. Like, nah. That bitch, like, I haven't talked to those people in X amount of months or whatever he said.
They were like, well, there's a restraining order, but it's actually LaShawn McCoy has a restraining order against her because she used to stalk him and try to fuck with him.
Oh, wow.
Well, she's probably trying to fucking
get a bunch of money.
Get some cash.
Or ruin his career.
All right. It's usually how it goes now. All you gotta do is tweet and that guy's donezo.
Yeah.
Doesn't work the other way around. We can't just tweet Clear Shots Podcast is in the middle of curing cancer.
Yeah.
To get views.
We can try.
We could. There should have been a nuclear war. Millions of people would die. Yeah. You know what? They all would have died anyway. Just very slowly. I think when we first originally talked about him, we cut that part out and we started, but there's a YouTube channel that you all need to check out called Never Got Famous. It's the funniest fucking YouTube channel out right now. He's only got like 10 videos, maybe 1,000 views per video. And he's only got like 6 subscribers.
No, he's got like 4,000, I think.
4,000 something, yeah.
4,006.
Yeah, most of them are bot accounts.
Compromise.
Never bot famous.
Most of them are Donald Trump's Twitter bots.
Yeah.
He had about 1 million subscribers about 2 weeks ago. And then they all got fucking Thanos'd.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
Yeah, it's that easy now.
Nuclear war.
You gotta keep away from the French and the Germans. Our natural enemies. I think, no, he said their natural enemies, as if like children's natural enemies are Frenchmen and Germans. Why is it German? Why isn't it Gerwoman? Why do they call it a plane? Why don't they call it a simple?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, man.
Fucking Chip Jefferson, baby. Yeah, Chippy-ki-yay for the muckers.
Did anything happen with Hardwick yet?
He got fired from The Talking Dead.
Did he? He probably still has his podcast. He has a podcast, I think.
Yeah, he's fine. Well, it's just like, he didn't even cheat on her or anything. He was just an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying that that's okay, but he didn't cheat on her or beat her up, but he was just an asshole.
Yeah, I think evidently, like, there was some shit that she did, too, that they found out.
Yeah.
They're
getting too hasty with these things,
dude, man. Everybody just gets attacked now. It's crazy.
Outrage culture, man. It's so much easier to be angry about something than to try and fix something.
The left is so tolerant now that they're intolerant.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even funny. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm up to my wits' end with this whole Dunkin Donuts dog shit I put on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, when I went out last night, tons of people were bitching about how we're getting a third Dunkin Donuts.
So don't go to it.
Yeah, don't go. They're gonna go. That's the best part. Yeah. Everybody that's bitching about it, I've never seen those people at Taste the World. They all go to Dunkin.
It's just everybody that bitches about 4 Subways has been to every one of them.
Oh yeah, twice.
Although I don't think I've been in the one at Walmart.
It's actually the best one. I'm not gonna lie.
It
right, really
fuck the
is.
other ones. I'll just go to that one.
Yeah, I just think it's funny, this fucking petition they're putting around, like, it could even, like, legally do anything.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
sure.
Shit. Like, there's half a chance that even if the city tries to shut that shit down, fucking, if Dunkin wanted to, they could just sue them and say, oh, who are you to stop us from buying land from someone who wants to sell it to us?
They can't do anything. Somebody was saying, like, Stewart's, the one that's going on over by, like, Burn Dairy, was, like, houses. And people got kicked out of their houses and shit to put a Stewart's there. But I'm pretty sure that was, like, a time buyer or some shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no houses there.
No, yeah, it was a fucking time buyer. Their lease ran up, and they didn't want to renew the lease.
Like, I don't know what these people are talking about right now.
They're retarded.
And even if it did fucking displace houses, fucking, it's houses along Bridge Street. It's like the fucking bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
The rundown houses.
Yeah, like you've already paid nothing to live there. Because you are in a lot of shit spot.
You shouldn't be living in anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not even like having anything to do with like the gentrification argument. It's just fucking you're not fucking making a neighborhood look better and ignoring the real problems of poverty behind it. You're just putting in a fucking store.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, it doesn't make sense to me though that they're putting a fucking Stewart's that close to a Burn Dairy and Gruffalo's.
Yeah.
They're the same thing. Like, they will
Stewart's
sell the same shit.
I would go to Stewart's over Burn, but I would go to Gruffalo's over literally.
It depends on what you're getting too, though. I like Bosco's a lot. No one goes out there because it's in a weird fucking spot.
It's next to Hamilton Homes. I don't go near that place.
Dude, their subs are great.
Yeah, they are. I got one of their BLT subs once, and it was pretty good.
But it's all about that location. You know? Places that are out of the way don't get fucking business. People don't go buy it. It's out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's a brilliant spot for Bosco's, though, just from a business perspective. Like, you got all the low-income customers coming from fucking Hamilton Homes right there.
It's like a mini supermarket, too, when you go in there.
Yeah. And then out Hall Road, you got all these fucking nice-ass housing developments and shit. Fucking.
It's the first place they hit when they come in.
They got, was it Brittany Hill is out there?
I think so.
Something like that.
And you got all the houses up.
But I don't know, man. I don't agree. I think it's so weird that we really need. First of all, we don't need 4 Subway restaurants, and we don't need 2 Dunkin Donuts. But what we do need is a fucking Dunkin Donuts with a drive-through that's like actually reasonable.
Yeah,
right.
Like, because I don't even know if the West Side even has one. Does it?
It has a drive-through, but it literally is in the middle of a car wash.
Okay.
So if the line is too long, you can't get into the car wash on that side.
And then on the east side, if you're in line, you're in the road by Ruby Tuesday.
We were talking about that the one day we were driving around, and we saw it. It was literally going, You
can't even go down that road. But that road, I mean, granted, that road isn't very active, but still, it's like, why couldn't you put it in a different location or put the drive-thru on a different side of the building or something?
Yeah.
They have a big parking lot there. Like, there's room with that Days Inn and shit.
Oh, man, I remember the last time I went through fucking Dunkin Donuts drive-thru. I was
they're
sounded
good at
like
getting
a
your
complete
order wrong.
fucking moron. I go through. I order a cappuccino, and I'm not paying attention. And the chick asks me, "Oh, do you want like milk or like soy creamer or whatever?" I'm like, "Oh, black." And she's like, "Oh, you can't really have a black cappuccino."
That's just an espresso, really.
Dude, they ask you the weirdest shit too. Like, because I don't know that much about coffee. I just get the same thing every time. I go up to the window and they give me an iced coffee, even though she was like, "You want it hot?" And I was like, "Yeah." They give me an iced coffee, and then I'm like, "Okay, this was supposed to be hot," and I hand it back to her. And then a different guy comes to the window and he's like, "Do you want a swirl or a shot?" I'm like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, just do whatever.
It's like the Tom Segura bit where he talks about the pussy drink. He's like, "You're super fat. You know what tastes good.
Yeah.
Hook that shit up."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know. Whatever he gave me was way too fucking sweet. I did not want it at all.
I don't like getting sugar in my coffee
There was
at
so
Dunkin'.
much.
Yeah, it's
Because they do the
dessert.
syrup. They don't do powdered sugar. They use the syrup, and it's way too concentrated.
Yeah.
There's a lady I work with. She gets every morning. She gets a coffee. It's an extra large, French vanilla, coffee. 10 and 10.
What?
I'm not kidding.
Get the fuck
10
out of
and
here.
10.
It's diabetes in a fucking cup.
You might as well just drink sugar. You might as well at that point.
I have a friend that works at Dunkin', and she was saying she knows that lady because that's the most obscene amount of cream and sugar you can get. Her coffee's white.
And the fact that it's extra large too, though.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need any more than a medium,
Can't even fit
realistically.
that much coffee in there.
Yeah.
Because a shot.
Yeah, true. It's mostly occupied by sugar and cream.
Yeah, because it's gonna be it's 1 ounce of sugar per square,
Yeah,
and then it's 1 ounce of cream.
You're basically buying a small coffee with like a side of sugar.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember she was making a big deal about how she was quitting Mountain Dew. Mind you, this woman just turned this woman just turned 40, and she looks like she turned 40 years ago. But she quit drinking Mountain Dew. She was drinking, when I started working there, she was drinking a 2 liter a day.
yeah, dude, there's a lot of people that like are fucking straight up addicted to soda.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
My buddy's mom used to just drink 2 liters of Pepsi, and
my
it's
God.
fucking gross. Because anytime you're drinking something that black, you know it's not good for you.
Yo. Dude, my brother, he was doing the theater down at the high school, and he had never drank coffee before, and he really doesn't like bitter shit. This kid would put a literal half a cup of sugar in his coffee.
It's too much.
It's got to be mud at that point.
Yeah. It's like, it would probably be like a fucking Frosty. It would probably be like the consistency of like a Frosty. Like a milkshake.
Like, I get coffee. I exclusively drink coffee black. Like, unless I'm at work because we have shitty instant coffee, and then I'll put in like a Splenda and a cream.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I can drink it black. It's like, I'm really drinking it just for the functionality of it.
So
I don't need to fucking buy an extra large either. Like, I just buy a medium and I'm fine.
I get a large. No, I get a medium iced black with a turbo shot. That's all you need.
Yeah.
It's like $3.50 or something. That gets you through the whole day.
You know, I only drink coffee black in certain social situations as a power move.
Dude, right? No, I do that all the time. I fucking love it.
I've never had. I don't think I've ever actually had iced coffee though. Like,
It's good. I like it.
I mean, it does the same like function, I would imagine. Like it does.
And people are like, "Well, it's watered down." Yeah, if you let the ice melt, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're supposed to drink it.
Yeah.
The difference is.
Yeah, exactly.
The difference is that you can drink it immediately instead of waiting 20 minutes for it to not burn your fucking mouth.
Yeah. Oh my god, I have a thermos at home and I'll throw some coffee in there.
Oh, is it one of those Stanley thermoses?
No, it's like actual thermos brand thermos.
Oh, word.
And it's like, you take a sip out of that 2 hours later and it's still burning your fucking tongue. It's, what's the point?
My dad's got one of those, the Stanley stainless steel thermoses that it keeps anything hot for like 10 hours and anything cold for like 20 hours if you have ice in it. And it has a fucking built-in like 10-ounce cup that you can carry around with it. Yeah, I think you can carry like a half gallon.
It's like a Yeti. It's like a Yeti thermos.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. Coffee's like. It's weird because you're either gonna burn your mouth or it's at the right temperature, and then you have to drink all of it like immediately. Yeah. Otherwise, if it's too cold, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like iced coffee, but I hate room temperature coffee. Yeah. I do the same thing with tea. I made a fucking cup of chai tea earlier today, and I made it, brought one upstairs, went to take a shower, and I forgot my tea in the bathroom, and I saw it like an hour later, and I went to take a sip, and I was like, oh, it just tastes like plants.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking went up to the Syracuse Nationals Friday, and I had a bottle of Snapple I left in the truck while we were out there. We got back in there.
Nationals?
Yeah, the car show.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, the Syracuse Chiefs, Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
So the old NBA team from the 50s.
I didn't even know that existed until the other day. Sean was up here, we were talking about something, the NBA expansion teams or something, and I was like, wait a minute, like there was a Syracuse team?
Yeah, they won a title.
Yeah, I think
evidently they did.
Are they the Clippers now? Or
the Sixers.
The Sixers, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I did not even fucking know that. It was way back in the day, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I went up there, and I had a bottle of Snapple that I left in the truck while I was in there, and it was a hot-ass day. And I fucking get back to the truck, and I open this bottle of Snapple raspberry tea, and I feel the hot air come billowing out of the fucking bottle.
It's like steaming and shit.
I take a sip of it. It tastes like I just brewed it myself 5 minutes ago.
So it probably tasted great.
It's like, I'm lucky this was fucking tea.
Right.
Dude,
if it was the regular Snapple, it would have been an immediate ecosystem.
Yeah. Dude, a couple weeks ago out at the Tops in Mexico, they had buy 2, get 3 free of the 12 packs of the Snapple bottles. And I got fucking like one of each. I get drunk one night. I'm hungover the next morning. I grab a Snapple. I think it's a peach one. I take a sip. It's mango. Oh. That shit is putrid if you're not expecting it. I almost fucking puked.
Yeah, you gotta like mentally prepare for mango, dude.
He's not wrong though. Mango is such a weird fucking flavor.
It's a weird word too. Like it's like spelled like it's gross. Like it's
fucking A.
For the next like 2 days, I couldn't stand the mango tea. They got better. It was fine by the time I got to the end of the pack, but I was just so turned off from that one moment that I couldn't drink them.
There's a mental preparation. You gotta do like mental workouts to get to mango Snapple.
The best Snapple is the Snapple apple.
Yeah.
You can never find it.
That is
but it's so good. The only place I've been able to find it is the Tops in Mexico.
Yo.
Mm. Yeah, I really like Sobeys, like strawberry banana or whatever. Oh, yeah. That's fucking great. But I can't find that at many places. I know that the KTM has it.
Remember when Sobe Life Water and Glyco Vitamin Water came out at the same time and they were like doing that competition?
Yeah, that was like a thing.
It's like nobody drinks either of you. Why are you roasting each other in commercials?
People thought they were like good for you.
Yeah, and they're actually absolutely awful.
It's literally sugar waters.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the big thing was that fucking the pink Sobe. Everyone was drinking that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even know what flavor it was.
That's what it is, I think. The
I remember
strawberry banana.
Pink.
Yeah. I remember the big thing when I was like middle school and elementary was Vault versus Mountain Dew.
Yo.
And then they had Vault Max, which was like...
And then they had Mountain Holler.
Mountain Holler is so good.
Dude, the ice rink over by Kingsford had a fucking Surge vending machine for a while. Back when you couldn't find Surge anywhere. It was like the holy grail.
There was...
They just had to have it all left over from fucking 10 years ago. We got all this extra Surge. We ordered it in surplus.
There's a lot of sodas that I remember having when I was a kid drink that I really wish would come back.
Yo.
Like, I don't remember what the brand was, but it was this weird brand. It wasn't Price Chopper brand or generic. It was some brand of cream soda, root beer, birch beer, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it was all real sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the best cream soda ever. And it came in like it was like, you know what I'm talking about? It was like a blue can with red lettering. And you pour it out and you can actually feel like the creaminess coming out. And it was just like a carbonated milkshake almost.
God damn.
But making ice cream floats with that shit.
The only thing I drink that has sugar is Monster.
Yeah.
That's really it. And that's like if I don't have a coffee that day. That's what I do. There was a dude I used to work with at the plant that fucking would drink 2 Nas, like the big Nas things every day.
Jesus.
Every day he'd drink those. I don't know how he's still alive.
Remember the Monster BFCs?
Yeah, those were a thing.
I remember chugging a can one of those way back in the day. We were going to go chill at my friend's house, and like it was like being on Adderall for 30 minutes, but for some reason I thought everything was fucking hilarious for that 30 minutes too.
And they all evolved too. They had Balls energy drink, remember that?
Balls was pretty good.
That was pretty great.
Do you remember Jolt?
Yeah.
I remember Jolt had Altoids that had caffeine in them.
They had gum too.
Yeah. I remember I got in a lot of trouble because I would go to Croflo's when I was like 11.
Balls was like the big thing too, though.
I don't remember that.
At one point. Because they had those blue bottles with like the little circles, like the little indents in them. I wonder if that exists still.
What was the one? It was the sparkling juice Orbits. It was the sparkling juice with the little fruit bits in it.
Oh shit!
They don't make it anymore. Wasn't it fruit or flavor balls or something?
It had fruit bits in it?
You remember fucking like Sparks and like the original fucking Four Locos, like the alcohol energy drinks?
I was just talking to people at work about the original Four Locos and I miss them.
That's what I was thinking, is like that shit kind of evolved into Four Loco and then it just got too crazy.
Yo.
Well, because a Four Loco is 24 ounces and it was all of that at like 12% alcohol. And I think it was basically like it was 2 Monsters in one can with all that booze.
Yeah.
It looks like they have Balls on fucking Amazon.
Those things were like fucking 16-year-old killers.
Yeah. I remember drinking one of those when I was like 15. And I remember being irresponsibly intoxicated.
Yeah.
And hungover like for 3 days. Like that was my first hangover and probably my only hangover as a teenager.
Yeah, dude, I swear it's something to do with all the sugar that gets you even more drunk, because the fucking Bud Light Lime-A-Ritas will get you so much more drunk than the alcohol content has any reason to.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking
Twisted
weird.
Tea is the same way. This is only 5%. I only had one and I'm already...
It's probably because it's ruining your insides at the same time.
That's the point, really, ain't it?
Yeah.
All that alcohol is going straight into your bloodstream through the torn up lining of your stomach.
I'm checking shop.balls.com.
Just getting straight liquor through your ulcer.
They have all kinds of shit. Balls, root beer.
What?
Balls Mandarin Orange.
Oh, shit. That better be an orange glass bottle.
It's a 24 pack for $48.
Okay.
It's an energy drink?
Yeah.
I can't believe that shit's still around.
I know, I'm surprised. You must have to get it on their website.
Dude, you know what else is still around that I want to buy, but I don't really shop online?
Jaden Smith.
Well, that too. But you remember the L'Oreal kids shampoo with the little fucking...
Oh, the fish-shaped bottles or whatever?
All the fucking...
With that weird eyeball staring at you?
Yeah, there was no tears. If you get it in your eyes, you don't cry.
Dude, I would use that shit to this day. Fucking have my hair smelling like watermelon. Fuck yeah.
I use Head and Shoulders and hotel shampoo. I found a thing in my bathroom that you can put razors and gel and stuff like that in there, toiletries and all that. And I open it up, and it's just got I had 6 or 7 bars of soap from old hotels I've been to, and all that free shampoo and shit. I haven't bought soap or
dude.
I haven't bought soap or shampoo in 2 months.
So many people take those little sample size fucking shampoo things.
My parents' bathroom has a drawer full of hotel shampoo and conditioner.
It's so
some of it smells so good.
Yeah, but I just don't get. I'm staying at this hotel. I'm gonna take every little tiny thing I can. Why?
It's free.
Yeah, but
you can take the pillows too. They get really pissed though. We have so many memory foam pillows and blankets and shit that we steal.
They have decent pillows down there. Like those hotels.
My dad literally has a list of hotels that we blacklisted because if we go back there, they're gonna know we took the fucking pillows and they're gonna demand them.
It's eventually you're gonna have none left. It's every hotel is just gonna have no pillows one day. And they're all gonna be at your house.
My house. Fucking yeah. No, there's this one body wash I got, and I want to save it. You can only get 2 or 3 uses per little bottle. Yeah. But what
you can only get them at the Sheridan Suites.
It was the Hyatt. It was the Hyatt in Washington D.C. And
high roller.
Yeah, no, it's got little abrasive little beads.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, but the best part, right? You're supposed to get wet and then shut the water off and then rub it in. And then it's scrubbing bubbles.
Yeah.
And it foams up and shit. And then you turn the water back on and it deep cleans. And dude, it's the fucking craziest bath gel ever. And then I look it up because I'm I'm going to buy a bottle of that. It's $30 for a bottle of that stuff.
Yeah, even the hand soap with that shit is crazy expensive.
There's the one.
The shit out at work that we had, it would have those little beads in it. And your hands, it was really abrasive, and it would really clean shit out.
Yeah. Was it lava soap?
I don't know what it was called, but as soon as you were done and your hands were dry and shit, they felt softer than they've ever been. And you're like, holy shit, what did they just do to me?
You're missing 5 layers of skin.
Yeah.
The wind blows too hard, it burns.
Your nerves are showing.
I imagine that is part of what happens. Probably pulls off a lot of the dead skin.
Yeah. Dude, the straight up lava soap, used to have bars of it at my grandma's house. You definitely feel cleaner.
Mm-hmm. It's more expensive too, though.
It's straight rocks, dude. Just grind up some rocks and throw them in some soap. It's almost gone.
You can't do that. That's all I have left.
Oh, my fucking legs.
You got the whiskey that tastes like baseballs.
That stuff is I haven't decided if it's good or bad. I bought a bottle of that. They have it at the West Side Bames. It's on sale. It
is on sale?
Yeah, it's $38.
Oh shit! This was 60 or something.
Yeah,
65.
And there's only a few of them left. Your mom was telling me about it.
Fucking tastes like pine tar.
It's not bad. It's a sour whiskey.
Yeah, it's it's strong.
Yeah.
It doesn't go down that easy.
No, it does not.
It's real dry.
It really is. And I don't mind dry liquor, but that shit, it's good. And the bottle is awesome.
And the bottle's the reason you're getting it.
Yeah. And it's signed by somebody.
Abner Doubleday. Do you think he signed it by hand?
Isn't he dead?
Yeah. He invented the game.
He invented baseball?
Yeah. He's got the minor league team down in Auburn is named after him.
The Doubledays?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Auburn was named after him. His name's not Auburn?
No.
Oh.
Close.
No, it's Abner, like the pig from Hey Arnold.
For the long...
I was like... When he mentioned it,
I had to turn my microphone off for that.
When he mentioned it earlier, he was like, Abner. And I was like, I don't know any Abners ever besides the pig from Hey Arnold. We were talking about how good of a pig name it is.
It's the best pig name.
For the longest time, my dad had me convinced that Auburn, the Auburn Tigers, that like Cam Newton, he had me convinced that they were in Auburn, New York.
Oh,
for the longest time. Until I was maybe like 11 or 12, I thought Auburn University was from Auburn, New York. And like we watched their games and it'd be like, how do they fit a stadium that big in Auburn? It's like smaller than Oswego. And I was like, I go to Auburn all the time for track and tennis. How are they doing it? I don't see Cam Newton around.
Have you ever seen that show on Netflix called Last Chance U?
Yeah, it's really depressing, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool though. I like it. They got a new season that just came out like recently. So I've been watching it. There's one called Coach Snoop too. That's Snoop Dogg's fucking league.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the fucking? Oh man, did you see the video of the LeVar Ball Big Baller League? Of the coach fucking beating the shit out of one of his players.
No.
Dude, one of his players got a technical foul and the player came over and the coach was like shoving him, grabbed him by his collar and got in his face, fucking headbutted him and shit.
Holy
called him a piece of shit, loser, then
so
stuff like that.
He's good in the clinch is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Speaking of clinch, I think I told you about how I'm playing UFC again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I asked you about UFC 3.
You said you reinstalled 2.
I'm playing 2 right now.
I don't mind it if you fucking don't spin kick all the time. You know what I mean? If you
I'm trying to do judo. Because the judo fucking movesets are so badass. And you don't see that shit.
Judo has always been sick. Like in UFC Undisputed 3, I would use judo and Muay Thai.
Yeah,
and dude, just be fucking.
You can fuck him up, put him in the clinch, give him a bunch of knees, and then you suplex
hip
him.
Toss him, yeah.
Yeah, or hip toss him.
Yeah.
And I learned this one today. I got the move. I'm still trying to get it down right because I'm actually taking it seriously.
The grappling controls are hard.
Yeah, I'm doing the adaptive AI now because that one learns how you fight.
Yeah.
So every fight you have to mix it up. And it's just, I am starting to like it a lot more with the adaptive.
The thing I've always been struggling with in that is blocking their transitions, like ground transitions.
It's because, and it sucks because when you play against, like if me and Bill played against each other, I could see what submissions he's good at, what ones he isn't. But when you're playing the AI, it's a guessing game.
Yeah.
Because you can't see their bar. And it gets wicked annoying because sometimes when I'm trying to do, like, go to half guard or top mount or put in a submission, the fucking bar disappears in the middle of me trying to do it. So I don't know if he's countering it and I should stop and try and hit him.
What's funny is when you do the tutorial, it actually shows you on the screen what move he's going for.
Yeah, but when you play,
there's nothing, no indicator, like at all.
It's really annoying.
I wish that was an option. You should be able to turn that on.
Yeah,
because then you actually stand a fucking chance of being able to block a transition. Because in UFC 3, you could just hold the stick to the side, and it would hold your position. Like you could lock him down.
Or Undisputed 3?
Undisputed 3.
Undisputed 3.
You could lock it position down, like you could clasp your hands behind him or whatever.
Yeah. And it would drain your stamina faster, but it was harder for them to get out.
No, you just couldn't recover as fast is what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with it though. Like my strategy now is start the round and I do stand up body punches, head punches.
I have like kicks. A couple of go-to combos, like and then, left, right, and then leg kick or something.
Yeah.
And I do that for like the whole first round, get them a little gassed up, a little not red, but like the little faded for at least the torso and the legs and the arms.
Yeah.
And then take them down and immediately just arm bar and not even try to get them to tap out. But every time you get them in the arm bar, it ruins their fucking
it does damage to it. Yeah.
And by the third round, both of their arms are red. Their torso is red from getting fucking suplexed. And if the round or the third round ends, I automatically win the decision, or I get a submission.
Yeah.
I want to get UFC 3 just because of how, like, it's probably way more complex, but the cheapest you can get it is $45.
I imagine it's more or less the same. I mean, between coming from 1 and 2, there wasn't much of a difference, like gameplay wise. Like 1
was really floaty, and 2 is way too.
But like control wise, it's not. Yeah. I imagine they didn't change that much.
Like we said before, nothing will be Undisputed 3 ever.
No.
Yeah.
Like that's the best one.
Yeah, my game in Undisputed 3 is always you just try to get really close inside and just spam jabs and just like soften their head up because it just takes their it racks up damage so quick and then you start throwing bombs and they're just getting rocked like guaranteed.
I learned there was a technique in 3 that you could learn where you basically what this?
Yeah.
What do you want?
I want to just taste it.
Yeah, you would take them down and you'd basically immediately have side control.
Oh,
so
shit.
all you have to do is step over and you're in mount.
That was an Undisputed 3?
Yeah. I think it's in UFC 2 also, but you have to
I know
you have to be a wrestler, I think.
No, I upgraded some of my takedowns where I can do a single leg.
Or if you hold left bumper, it also does the power takedown or whatever.
Yeah, I did a single leg immediately into side control, and then I have a double leg immediately into top mount, which is super fucking overpowered.
Because then you just posture up and
dude, it's fucking hilarious. And like, you literally you go to the takedown, grab them by the thighs, you lift them and slam them super hard, and then immediately top mount. And then you can go like arm bar or just fucking ground and pound.
Yeah. Immediately smash them.
Because like the last guy I did, what is Mighty Mouse's weight class?
125.
Yeah, he's literally
back then it might have been 135. I don't think they had 125.
Flyweight, yeah.
I did a flyweight guy that was exclusively jiu-jitsu. And now I'm doing a heavyweight 6'6", 82-inch reach, 255 pounds, exclusively takedowns and ground and pound. No stand. My clinch and
He's going for the Lesnar strategy.
Dude, my clinch and ground moves are like in the high 70s, and then my stand up is like a 58.
I always found the drills for the fucking ground skills way too difficult, so I always end up forced into a stand-up fight.
I find that the opposite. I find the clinch drills are fucking bullshit.
But the thing is, when you finish them once, if you get an A on it, then you don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah. The stand-up drills I hate. They had the reaction time drills.
Isn't that you just hit the combo that's on the screen or whatever, basically?
Yeah, it's too hard because it doesn't register fast enough.
Yeah.
And, like, the move pops up and it'll be, like, left trigger, left bumper, forward on the left stick, and A. And it's like, I have to do that in
the problem is you have to hit them right in sequence. Yeah. So you really can't, like, unless you do it a bunch of times and start learning all of them.
And I got to the point where when you do the hard version of all your trainings, it increases your injury risk. But if you do just easy mode, you don't level up fast enough.
Yeah.
And you end up getting screwed. Like I did a light heavyweight guy that was Taekwondo and just did all the easy. But I get to John Jones and he destroys me in like a minute.
I think I got stuck on like Gustafsson or something.
Yeah. It was like every title fight, like the difficulty ratcheted way up.
Yeah.
And it's like I always get to where like my skills are all like capped out at 70 and I'm in the fucking title picture already.
Yeah.
And I can't fucking do anything.
That's exactly what it is. You're like 72 and then you're fucking fighting like a 98.
The best fighting game I played with the best story mode, besides Undisputed 3, was Fight Night.
Round 4?
4? Which
3?
one? The Fight Night round 4, the one that...
I think there was Champions too.
It was on PS2, so it was round 3.
It had to have been 3.
It was round 3.
I think that was the one I played.
It had Mayweather on the cover, but he wasn't in the game.
What?
Yeah, and
I played 4. I didn't play 3.
I remember whenever you would make create a character, your play style would always be random. And the first guy I made, I immediately got Joe Frazier's play style. And
shit.
My guy finished his career, it was like 39-2 with like 36 knockouts.
God damn.
That's hilarious.
It was so sweet because you just do the Joe Frazier fucking swinging hook.
I didn't play any boxing games after. I played HBO Boxing for the PlayStation 1. And that had like Roy Jones. I would just play Roy Jones Jr. and slaughter everybody.
Yo.
But I wonder if like Fight Night Round 4 is like back compatible or something. I'd like to play that again.
Yeah, I remember whichever Fight Night I played, like, if you just like played multiplayer, like the weight classes didn't matter. You could fight anyone versus anyone. Mm-hmm. You just put like a heavyweight versus the bottom weight class and fucking destroy them in the first round.
Did you ever play EA's MMA game? Or the first one?
Like I think I played the demo.
It was like Strike Force, basically, is what it was. It had Mayhem Miller and like fucking...
the craziest one, there was one of the WWE games, SmackDown Raw, where you could have women fight the men.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I think it was a PSP port. I swear to you, because I remember playing with my cousin. It was.
It was probably fucking SmackDown. Shut your mouth.
It was SmackDown versus Raw, like 06.
Oh yeah.
And you could play LAN parties with a PSP. And I remember my cousin Nick and I did Kane and Undertaker versus Trish Stratus and Stacy Keibler. And it was like a Hell in a Cell or something retarded.
I think a lot of the older ones let you do that, actually.
Yeah, they still have the bra and panties mode and stuff.
Yeah, that was in... I think the one I played the most was Here Comes the Pain.
Was that the one with Brock on the cover?
Lesnar on the front, yeah.
I played that one, and then the...
Know Your Role was the one with The Rock, and then Shut Your Mouth was the other one. I think I had Triple H on the front.
Yeah. The one I played the most was the very first SmackDown versus Raw. And I remember before I got my Xbox One in October, all I had was a PS2, and I was playing the original SVR. And I was just so excited to play the career mode, and then the career mode ends when you win when you make it to WrestleMania.
What?
Like, no matter what happens, if you make it to WrestleMania, whether you win or lose, and then the career mode ends, you don't get to defend your title or anything. I don't remember that.
So you do get to play WrestleMania then.
Yeah, because
you start because that's like if you play Madden until you get to the Super Bowl and then you don't play the Super Bowl.
You do fight in WrestleMania. You get a title fight, but I remember there was one of them where the career mode was super in depth and like you could play for forever.
Dude, some of them were just really fucking good, where you could like create factions and create like your own like teams and storylines.
Yeah. The universe mode on the newer ones blows every other league mode out of the water.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with those. That's pretty cool.
You have to really put a lot of time.
And, dude, I've spent so much time in some of those. And what's cool is that there's community creation, so you can download other characters and logos and shit.
They have all the characters that aren't in the game. Mm-hmm. Like, I have 2K.
Like Spider-Man. and Captain America.
I have 2K17. You can get the Hardy Boys and Classic Sting and all the players that you either have to buy or unlock in the game. You can just download straight off the site there.
AJ Styles, you used to have to download him.
Yup.
Yeah, every old game had like 200 AJ Styles.
Yeah. You just download whatever one's voted the highest. You basically have to it takes forever to find the one that has like a good moveset, like the right moveset.
Yeah,
I remember 2K14 actually had like all of AJ's signature moves in the game. Mm-hmm. And like they had like the pre-made movesets.
Yeah, it'll say like superstar finisher number 28 or whatever, and it'll just be you'll have to scroll through every single one and watch each one to be like, oh shit, that's the one.
2K does the same thing. Because like Allen Iverson, off the top of my head, Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley aren't in 2K. Yeah. They're not part of the union or something. Yeah. And
you can get Allen Iverson in WWE 2K.
You probably, you definitely can.
You absolutely can.
Yeah. But and LeVar Ball.
I know for a fact LeBron James is in it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, and KD is in it, but it's just a giant snake. Fuck. But yeah, so in 2K, Barkley and Iverson aren't in it, but you can go online and it shows you where it says like jump shot 1 or jump shot 2, set shot 3, post move 5. Like those are all linked to players, but they don't. They're not allowed to.
They don't have the rights of their name. Yeah. They can get the animation.
Mm-hmm. And I made a guy it was Charles Barkley as a point guard, and it was the funniest shit ever. Like pure post scoring, like only bounce passes and outlet passes, and then like 99 rebounding. And he was only like 6'7".
I remember back before Goldberg was in WWE, I would have to make him as a character.
Yo.
And you'd have the jackhammer
bald dude.
Yeah, you'd literally pretty much not do anything. You'd put knee pads and elbow pads on him,
and then give him like
try
a goatee.
Try to like doodle out the tattoo a little bit.
Yo.
And then the jackhammer was always in the game, but it was like vertical suplex 8 or some shit
the best finisher in any of the games will always, and the best finisher ever, will always be the Canadian Destroyer.
Yo.
Yeah.
And in 2K17 or 18, it's called front flip pile driver.
Yo.
And it is the most dude, that is the coolest move ever. Yo. But I'm so happy it's banned.
Yeah. It's dangerous as fuck.
It pisses people off because it's not realistic enough. That's always good too.
Yeah.
I mean, I always used to just use the pedigree, and I'd put myself in factions with Triple H because he was a boss. Or I would use. What was cool was that you could basically use like a bunch of finishers as just regular moves in your moveset, or like your signatures would be like straight up finishers, like Sweet Chin Music or some shit.
One of the older games, you could use Sweet Chin Music as a regular kick.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember being able to do a Swanton Bomb every time I climbed the top rope. Or a Frog Splash or something.
I remember one of the SmackDown versus Raws, like, the last ride was the most overpowered move because it took so long to do it. Yeah. And when you throw them down, part of the animation is them being on the ground for like 5 seconds after.
Yeah.
So if you pin them fast enough, they can't even get out of it because they're stuck in the animation. Like I remember when my cousin...
It's the last ride. It's the last one. They can't get out from that.
When my cousins and my friends would come over in like elementary school, we would not let anybody use current Undertaker. You had to use Biker Taker.
Yeah.
And I remember Masked Kane being a bastard because he could choke slam as a regular move.
Yeah.
But it did the same damage as a finisher.
It took me so long, like during those games, to like set up a table in like the corner just to get the last ride off into a corner or something, and I'd like be so happy when I finally did it because you'd have to actually line the shit up.
You fucking
Jesus Christ!
You like try to power bomb a dude through a table, and he just like goes down next to it, and the table shifts a little to the right.
Yeah, this shit. this coconut water is 800 milligrams of potassium, 200 milligrams of sodium, and 820% daily value of vitamin C.
It's pretty good daily value, dude.
I have over a week's worth of vitamin C in here.
I feel like that's like 5 fucking Powerades worth of sodium.
Yeah, it's 10% of your daily sodium, and it's 25% of your potassium.
Huh.
This shit's perfect, though. This is the perfect hangover cure. That's what I fucked up with last night. I didn't have any coconut water in my ass.
Oh, that's what it is. You gotta get the coconut water.
Oh, dude, you ever see that video of Kota Ibushi wrestling the blow-up doll?
Yes, you showed me that.
He does, like, he has the blow-up doll do, like, 7 fucking Canadian destroyers on him in a row around the ring.
That was amazing.
Dude, he's actually one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he just does, like, stupid comedy bullshit like that half the time. It's great.
That's one of the best videos of all time, I think, on YouTube.
Dude, there's a video of him. He's, like, wrestling outside. It's in England. And he's just standing on top of a car. And he has a firework, one of those Roman candles. And it's just blasting into the air. And he turns it on himself and just blasts it at his own body. And then he fucking does a fucking shooting star press off of the car onto his opponent.
Why?
Shit's amazing.
He's the best.
So fucking delicious.
He's a fucking madman.
Dude, this shit is so good. I'm not even kidding.
He's over there, like, in his own zone. With
Dude, I fucking love coconut water. Dude, there's no combination better than coconut water and Xanax. I'm telling you, dude.
Oh my God.
Dude, there's a video out there. It's really hard to find now, but it's Minoru Suzuki, one of the best pro wrestlers in the world. One of the founders of Pancrase, the early MMA promotion. So he's basically one of 3 men who pretty much started mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
And he's wrestling a comedy match outdoors against a dude in a robot suit. And it's fucking amazing.
I've seen that one too.
It's the best fucking shit. This is one of the legit baddest dudes on the planet.
I mean, hell, Lesnar was a fucking UFC champion and he was a fucking pro wrestler.
Yeah. Let's talk about Lesnar for a second. Lesnar Cormier is apparently happening.
Yeah.
Is it even going to be worth watching?
I mean,
it'll be the loudest motorcycle of all time.
Like, I love Lesnar. I'm Cormier. He's amazing.
Yeah.
You can't doubt him. But I honestly think it's almost unfair.
I think Lesnar's
in Cormier's favor.
Yeah, Cormier is so good at everything. Brock is half decent.
Yeah,
the thing
all
is,
of Brock's strengths are completely negated.
I don't know though. Here's the thing, man. Cormier is so good at controlling people, and like, I think if the only possibility is if Lesnar can just neutralize him and take him down.
If Lesnar can tank hits the way that he used to still, if he's still in peak condition.
I don't know if he's even going to have to. He's going to rush straight at him. Yeah. I mean, that's just what happens. That's what he does.
And he's not going to get one-pieced.
Yeah.
Because Cormier doesn't have the knockout power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and Lesnar can choke you out. I mean, he's done it to Shane Carwin. And
he's too big. Like, he's wide. His shoulders are the size of my fucking head.
I think Lesnar's going to probably just blitz him and fucking try and get him on his back immediately.
Yeah.
And Cormier's going to want to fucking clinch with him and dominate him, just wear him out and shit.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be able to wear him out, honestly. Because
I don't know.
You think of all the conditioning he has to have for WWE. Granted, he only fights. He's only there once a month, maybe.
Yeah,
but he's still also like an Olympic.
I don't know. I think his questioning's a little bit. I think it's questionable.
I think it's a toss-up, but I would be more shocked if Brock won.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm putting it like a 70-30 split.
I think he's got a chance to win, but I don't think it's
he has a better chance against Cormier than he does against John Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cormier has a better chance against Brock than he does against John Jones.
Yeah, it's so weird, though. Like, Cormier is now one of the greatest of all time. Like, he has that pedigree.
Arguably.
He's never felt like it.
Arguably is the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he arguably. If you look at the record, like, yeah, he probably.
His 2 losses are to John Jones.
Yeah.
Whether or not.
Hell, guys like fucking Fedor Emelianenko had losses coming up. Like, so
he
what?
just won't stop, though. Like, he won't stop fighting.
But Demetrius Johnson's probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude does not lose.
Yeah, that's the thing
about...
No,
Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
That's the thing about, like, why Cormier doesn't feel like the GOAT, because, like, you look at GSP, you look at Anderson Silva, and, like, they straight up jump off the screen at you with their fucking talent. Cormier never really jumped off the screen at you. He's just so well-rounded.
He's kind of like Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
He's more fundamentally sound.
Well, I mean, Miocic was kind of the same thing. And so was Cain Velasquez. Velasquez was, like, just really technical and fucking just all-around, like, well-rounded fighter.
Yeah.
And he didn't really, like, scream talent to anybody, but when you watched him fight, you were like, holy shit, he knows what he's doing. Like, this guy doesn't fuck up.
Dude, prime Cain versus Cain Stipe. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, that would be ridiculous. Like, the 2 most well-rounded heavyweights ever.
I got my money on Cain Velasquez for that one. He's got it. He's, like, he was the one that really got me into UFC, besides John Jones.
Yeah.
And he was just always such a treasure to watch.
Yeah. I always loved Shogun because I felt like he was just he was aggressive, but he was smart, and like fights like the Machida fight where he was really like strategic about it.
And I like Lyoto Machida a lot too. And the Nog brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, and then it's like guys like fucking Liddell and Ortiz and guys who just threw.
Yeah.
Like, didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you ever think how crazy it was? Like, that light heavyweight division going from Liddell and Ortiz to where it went after, like, you have Griffin, Rampage, Machida, Shogun.
Rumble.
Like, they stocked that division all the way up, and then John Jones came in and cleaned it right out. Like, it was almost booked like pro wrestling booking to perfection.
It was insane, because he literally... I actually just watched... They have like a 8-minute video of every single one of John Jones's victories on YouTube. I watched that maybe 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And it's crazy... You can when his career starts out, they're like, young whippersnapper out of Rochester, John Jones is gonna go up against Rampage Jackson. We'll see if he can.
This the 50s?
Yeah,
sounds
we'll see if he can outlast him. And it's like John Jones just beats the fuck out of him.
Right.
And then Lyoto Machida is the same way. Wow, Lyoto Machida, a technically sound karate fighter. He's gonna get the good spacing. John Jones might not be able to get close to him. He knocks him the fuck out.
It's he's very calm in the cage, and that's one of the things is like a guy like Anderson Silva, they just made it look effortless. Like they made it look like they are levels above these guys, and they were guys at the top of the division, and that's crazy.
That was the fucking crazy thing.
When you can make a guy look embarrassing.
The only fight where I thought John had met his match was Gustafsson. That is my favorite fight of all time.
Yeah, Gus got so close on that.
Yeah, he's tough, man. That kid's tough.
He is amazing.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's always going to be at the top. Like,
do you think that John Jones could beat the '96 Bulls?
I don't know, man. That's a close. He's got the
like a round robin. Like you start off and it's John Jones versus Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
And then he beats Rodman, and then Steve Kerr comes in.
And
then MJ, and then Scottie Pippen, and Kukoc.
As long as he stays calm, he's got the reach advantage, I think.
Yeah, you could guard dudes like 6'7", 6'8" with those fucking arms.
Yeah, dude. What's his wings? He's
a guy who needs to learn how to shoot threes. Dude.
What is it? 84-inch reach.
Yeah, I think so.
So what's that? So. That's like fucking 7.5 feet.
Yeah. No, that is like 7'2", I think.
If he can, I mean, if he could shoot threes, dude.
And he's only like 6'3".
No, it's got 84. Got to be 84, because 72 inches is 6 feet.
So it's a 7-foot flat wingspan.
Yeah.
He's
7 foot 2 inches wingspan.
Silva's is long too,
and he's like 6'4", 6'3", I think. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's like Kawhi Leonard is 6'6", 6'7", but he's got like his wingspan is almost 8 feet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think it's like
long,
7'8".
It's the long, lanky body type that does well in MMA.
Yeah.
I mean, Silva and Jones were both fucking some of the best ever.
And Gustafson is wicked lanky, but he's also like very toned.
Shogun was long too.
Yeah.
And you know, if you can keep guys like if you learn how to like utilize your like range and keep your distance.
And then you have guys like Cormier that are very stocky and stuff, but they stay aggressive.
Yeah.
And it like you can't get as much power behind your moves if you can't use your whole reach.
I mean, there's guys like Clay Guida who would just be like constantly moving, and they would shoot like a lot of short range shit, and they'd be constantly peppering you with shit.
Yeah.
And they were more of a pain in the ass than anything because they were constantly moving. They never got gassed. Guys like specifically Clay Guida, guys in that division like Tyson Griffin and guys like that were super fast. Anthony Pettis when he was fucking younger.
Yeah. Clay Guida and Tyson Griffin is pretty much the fight that got me into UFC outside of the fucking Anderson Silva knockouts.
Yeah.
That was...
I loved watching Silva and just watching him dodge hits for fucking... It seemed like years.
I just loved watching GSP.
It was some Muhammad Ali type stuff.
I was such a big St. Pierre fan because he just fucking dominated everybody. It was not even...
Yeah.
Once he started dominating people on the ground, it got like less entertaining. But
but that's the thing is like for me it wasn't. Like it was just so much fun to watch him like be that much better at controlling everybody.
Yeah.
He could just take you down and just destroy you through the entire 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And you have nothing you can do.
Dude, it was so weird.
And that's scary.
Back.
Like as a fucking the guy on the ground. That's scary as fuck. That's a horrible position to be in. Just getting beat on for fucking 15, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Dude, it was so crazy going back through his career and like I remember the fight when it happened, GSP versus John Fitch. And John Fitch was like the only other guy who was dominating people on the ground to the same degree.
Fitch's guard was unbelievable. Like he was so good from his back.
And it felt like that fight happened so late after I started watching, and I went back and looked. That's one of the first defenses of GSP's second reign.
Yeah. Yeah, it was early on.
I really like Michael Bisping.
Yeah. I like Bisping.
I like how fucking ruthless he is and how he doesn't care. Like, if you want to knock him, if you want to beat him, you have to take him out.
Yeah.
Like, I love that mentality.
You know who was really fun to watch? Fucking Matt Serra.
Yeah.
That dude was like always fucking like switching positions, looking to advance, looking for something.
And he handed St. Pierre one of his losses too.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that choked that one dude out so hard that blood came out of his face? Was that Renan Barao?
It might have been, yeah. I remember that.
That's fucked.
Somewhat.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't remember that? He hit a guy and his nose was bleeding.
I think it was a rear naked choke, wasn't it?
Yeah, he put him in a choke, and like as he's tapping out, you could see him go, and blood just gushes out of his nose and out of his mouth everywhere. And then they just ended the fight.
Jesus.
Yeah, who was the one he fought? Fucking the wicked boring guy. I can't even remember his name.
Who did?
He's one of the champions right now. God damn it. His fights are always super boring. He fights like Mayweather.
Woodley?
Yeah, Tyron Woodley. He fought that submission fighter. We were wicked excited about it. Was it Renan Barao? No.
Renan Barao's down like 135.
Yeah.
It was probably Damian Maya.
Okay, he's the one that choked the guy out and had him fucking bleed out of his face.
He's a badass.
Yeah,
his jiu-jitsu's probably the best in UFC.
Yeah, especially in that division.
That fight was so boring. Like it went to decision, and it was even just like it was a split. Just boring ass fight.
Dude, Damian Maya is the fucking human backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. No moment besides the John Jones knockout on Cormier last year.
Yeah.
Besides that, Tyron Woodley's fucking somersault armbar, whatever the fuck he did.
Mighty Mouse.
What did I say?
Yeah, it was like a
Tyron Woodley.
Oh yeah, Mighty Mouse's fucking somersault armbar, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Did you ever see Anthony Pettis' kick off the fence?
Yeah,
that was fucking dope.
When he jumped off and just knocked the guy out.
Yeah,
that was sweet. That made his name. There was a show called World of Jenks on MTV, and it was before his career blew up. Anthony Pettis'.
Yeah,
and he followed him for like a couple episodes or something like that. It was really cool.
Dude, I just saw a video last night. Fucking all of Yoel Romero's knockouts.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ,
yeah, he's a savage, dude.
He's like, isn't he like 40 something?
He's 40 something. Yeah, he's probably mid 40s.
And he's like still really fucking good.
Dude, he's built too.
And he ripped.
Yeah.
He's like he's a genetic freak.
Yeah, he's so much. He's cuts like nobody's business, dude. Dude is jacked. What is it? The fucking knockout on Rockhold?
Is this gonna be the last part? I'm thinking ahead. Note. It's already like 1:00.
If you want,
I'm getting fucking wiped.
Yeah.
You guys can keep going if you're going to. But.
I'm gonna look for Fight Night Round 4.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because I want to play that again. And now I want to watch Anthony Pettis highlights and fucking.
Dude, that Yoel Romero knockout on Rockhold where he just fucking puts him down on his ass with one punch and then just walks up on him and like underhand just throttles him in the face. And I thought he was dead.
There was a knockout that I showed. I sent to the guys' night chat a couple days ago, and a dude was fucking. I don't even remember how it was. He was like off of his back. He was like on his back, and he threw a hammer fist at this guy, like literally a straight hammer fist, and knocked him out. He was on top of him. He was like boom, 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 and he was out after the first fucking hammer fist. It was crazy. I never saw anything like that. From his back, a fucking hammer fist.
That's nuts.
It was insane. I don't know if I'll see if I can find it again.
And who is it all? Edson Barboza with that fucking spinning back kick knockout.
Yeah. Those are so fun. I love watching those. Good. Spinning back fists and shit.
Yo.
When those catch. Like a wheel kick or a question mark kick or something. When somebody hits something with that, it's fucking awesome. Crow Cop would just hit you with a fucking left kick and you'd be dead.
Yeah. Dude, like that fucking inside crescent kick like fucking Big Boss Man used to throw. Yeah. Shit like that, little weird strikes like that are so underutilized. Like that weird fucking Anderson Silva, like inside backhand.
Yeah, he would do that too. Yeah, some guys would just kind of throw whatever at you just to throw you off. Jones did that too a lot.
Yeah.
But it's the longer guys. Like I said, those longer guys that just have a fucking advantage. Because you can't hit them, and they can hit you, so it ain't a good situation. All right. That's it.
Weird.
We'll, I don't know what we're doing next time, but we'll figure it out. So, yeah, we'll see you soon.
Same.
Clear Shots is available on any of your favorite podcast platforms. ClearShotsPodcast.com is the best place to find all of our social media links. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.